Good evening. Thank you everyone for coming out for this presentation tonight. Our discussion tonight will be about special education teachers and the career teaching exceptional children, exceptional needs children, and what it requires. And so my rhetorical purpose for the speech tonight is to talk about what a career in special education requires. My redemptive purpose tonight is to discuss how special education teaching can serve as a platform for promoting God's values and our compassion for others, especially children, according to the scripture. Matthew 18, 1-4 states, "At the same time came the disciples unto Jesus, saying, Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Jesus called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them, and said, Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted, and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whosoever shall therefore humble himself as this little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom." Did you know that employment for special needs children is projected to grow by 6% from 2012 to 2022? Now, this is a slower average than most all other occupations. But the employment growth of special needs children teachers will vary by type. However, overall demand will be driven by increasing enrollment and continued need for special needs services. Many jobs will stem from the need to replace teachers who have left the occupation in the previous year. For the last 2 years, I have worked in the Prince George County public school system as a paraprofessional. I've worked with both high school and elementary school students who have IEPs and other special needs. I've worked in self-contained classrooms, general education settings, and even one-on-one cases. I'm a history major at Liberty University and plan on teaching after graduation. Tonight we will discuss compassion, patience, and flexibility. Because special needs children enter the classroom with unique challenges, their teachers must also enter the classroom with a unique set of skills. My 3 points tonight will be touching on those 3 things that I feel is necessary to be able to be an effective special needs teacher. Number 1, compassion is necessary to work effectively with children with special needs. We must make them feel like they're part of the classroom and in the classroom setting in the everyday life of the classroom. As a compassionate teacher, we must adapt our lesson plans to fit the children's IEPs or their special needs, which often requires more time and effort than it would in general population. As we consider the child's need, we must also consider his emotions. We reveal compassion through a God kind of love for these children by encouraging them and celebrating them even in their smallest or tiniest achievements. Lastly, as we emulate compassion towards these children on a daily basis, we encourage other children to view the child with special needs as someone who we should not exclude but include in their conversation and activities. This leads me to my next point, patience. Patience, which is essential to a career as a special needs teacher. Special needs teachers cannot have a shortage of patience. When we work with special needs children, we have to keep in mind that each child has a different learning style and a different set of learning needs. A clear example of that is that some students can only test in isolated areas. Sometimes we have to adjust the length of assignments. I have witnessed this firsthand in classrooms as students' attention spans vary. According to the U.S. Department of Education, approximately 96% of students with disabilities are educated in general population classrooms. As you can see, this would require a lot of patience. When you have a classroom of kids who learn at a regular pace, and then you add a few children who have special needs or special arrangements, and you have to adjust your lesson plans accordingly. According to the National Center for Education and Statistics, some 35% of students receiving special needs service have specific learning disabilities. This is a direct reference with our last point, because many specific learning disabilities, a special needs teacher must always remain flexible. One thing that I've learned in the last 2 years is that all we have is right now. And when I say right now, that means the kids are in the moment, and you must be able to adjust, readjust, and readjust again. Flexibility becomes one of your daily habits. Flexibility includes being calm, never letting the moment overtake you. There are times when even the IEPs alone is not enough. Each child or student is different from day to day and from hour to hour. You must be able to adapt a new plan if you see the old one is not working. In conclusion, the 3 main points that we've talked about tonight are compassion, patience, and flexibility. Number 1, compassion. You must have compassion for the children, because we have to show them love and respect. You must be able to display patience, and last but not least, you must be flexible. Special education is such a broad field, and the employment opportunities are limitless. Thank you all for coming out, and I hope this has been an informative speech about who special education teachers are and what we do. Thank you.